father had business with meat factories, and there were Jewish people. And one day, my dad went to contact the owner, couldn't find him. And then it turned out that the mother and the daughter, the father was already passed away in the war. They were being taken away, and we have never seen them anymore. And then a lot of young generation in Germany, they said that can't be happened. What people say that we discarded the Jewish people. But they did. And they, her parents had an attic, and they had half a dozen Jewish people hidden. And she said, well, I was only a young girl, so I always thought such strange people living on the attic. But she said I was young and I didn't take much notice. But later on, after the war, they came out. And then she said I couldn't believe it. My mom and dad had hid them all this year, quite a few years. And, it's a different time people had hidden Jewish people. And there's always somebody find it out. And then the Germans or Dutch people who were for the German, you will take them and send them to camps in Poland and in Germany. I had a Jewish girlfriend, and we would meet each other at a special corner of the street to go to school. One morning, the girls were not there, and I waited and waited, and on the end I went to school. Then the next day I died again, and then I thought, right, I'm going to this family's home and see if the girls are still at home. And then the neighbor came out, and he said, you girls better go to school, want the Germans have taken them away. And later on, years later, we found out a lot of Jewish people were how do you say that in English? They were being put to death and be even put in an oven to be burned. And when I heard it, I had a resentment against the German people for a long time. And when I came to New Zealand, I had to work with 2 German girls. And I didn't want to, but there was no other, I had to. And then one day, one of the girls said, you are a designer dressmaker. Can you make a broad dress? I said, I don't have a sewing machine and I don't think so. I don't know how to do it again. They said, I'm sure you know, and you have nice clothes. Anyway, at the end, I gave in. And then it was just of our creator, our maker, put in my heart. They didn't ask for war. It was the high society from Germany and Hitler who wanted it, and the children, even the 3rd generation, they can't help it, what these people have been doing. So you have to forgive them. So all of a sudden there came such a peace over me that of the good Lord said, they are just as well my people. Every people I made, they have different nations, but you should try to understand each other and work with each other and make the most of life with them.